Good afternoon, this is Shindo. Well, there's a lot of news coming out of Russia, but I decided this one was the most intriguing, so this is the one I'm going with. NATO jets intercept 2 Russian bombers flying south. Now, I'm reading from an article from Euronews. 2 Russian bombers were intercepted by fighter jets from 4 different European countries as they flew from Norway down to Spain and back again, it has emerged. The incident, which took place on September 22nd, saw fighter planes from Norway, the UK, France, and Spain scramble to escort 2 Tupolev 160 Blackjack jets as they skirted the airspace of each country. The incident has only now emerged following a report from the French Ministry of Defense. The report explains that Norway first detected the 2 Russian aircraft to the north of the country, and it reacted by sending 2 F-16 fighters. As the 2 Russian planes continued south, they were intercepted by British Typhoon aircraft, French Rafale jets, and finally Spanish F-18 fighters, until they eventually turned around off the north of Spanish coast. The interceptions were carried out in close collaboration with 2 NATO operation centers. For the UK, it is the latest in a series of similar incidents, but Spanish media claim it is the furthest south that this kind of operation has occurred. The Russian Blackjack bomber are supersonic planes capable of carrying nuclear weapons. So, why Russia is doing this is anybody's guess. Basically, because they can. Basically, because the United States and Europe are full of a bunch of people who do not stand up to the Russians anymore. Not necessarily saying that they should at all times, because sometimes Russia is in the right. But there is other news about Russia. Give me a second here. Let me do this in real time. Reading just from the headline, I will give you a link to this as well from The Sun. Moscow on the offensive. Russian state newspapers predict, quote, direct military conflict with U.S. as it compares Syria stalemate to Cuban Missile Crisis. I will let you read that for yourself. Third World War fears have been voiced by the newspapers over the growing tensions between USA and Syria. Russia suspends nuclear cooperation with U.S., says Washington violated agreement. Oh, and here's another one. Russia denies drugging U.S. diplomats. Folks, this is like reading a spy novel, isn't it? We're witnessing it for ourselves. Now, there's an old Chinese curse that goes, may you live in interesting times. Folks, we're living in some very interesting times. Now, a lot of people are going to put a lot on Obama, and rightfully so, for this, for our relations with the rest of the world. However, I really don't believe Obama's going to be here for when the conflict starts, and I don't think the conflict's going to start anytime soon. As I have already stated before, I believe there will be a great peacemaker who comes and will be lauded by the rest of the world. And I believe that great peacemaker will come and make peace in less than a year. That's my prediction, folks. That's my prediction. If it fails to come to pass in less than a year, then my prediction was wrong. I'm not going to try to pretend that something went wrong with somebody else. I'm going to admit that I'm wrong. But I feel that the economy is going to slide away And this is the reason why all this saber rattling is going on, because it's the world economy, folks. All the other countries know it, just like the people that were in charge here in the United States. We're about to see a major economic, financial collapse, a collapse of the system, the financial system. And this is what happens. This is what always happens when you see a major financial collapse. After the Great Depression, of course, you had World War II. Whenever you have something of this colossal scale that we're about to see, conflict emerges. So here I am, Shindo, giving you the good news of the day. I know, folks. I know. I'm just some asshole, some arrogant asshole, and you've told me so. I know. But this arrogant asshole is actually giving you real news. Are they arrogant assholes on CNN or Fox News giving you real news? Because I could sit through an hour's worth of news, and if I'm lucky, towards the last 15 minutes of it, I might get a little bit of this. If you like what I do, please subscribe, comment, share my videos, and click like. And most of all, folks, I would really appreciate it if you would click on that little box that you're about to see in the bottom, the recommendation for another video. And what this channel is all about is right there. And, I'd love to talk to anyone who is interested in what this channel is really about. This is Shindo. Have a good day.